Now, if you drive for DoorDash, chances are you are quite familiar with on-time rate and most likely have some feelings towards on-time rates. Just being judged if you're on time to every single leg of the delivery. Well, I have just started driving on and testing on-time rates here in Pittsburgh, so stay tuned for that. I've heard your feedback, frankly, for months about on-time rate, but I still want to hear from more Dashers. How bad or good or better is on-time rate now in 2026? So let's hear from our team member Phil in the South Dallas, Texas marketplace. Is on-time rate fair? Is it worth it? Is it improving, or is it as broken as ever?
Now, we've had this thing for a few months now where DoorDash has rolled this thing out. Personally, I've had it for like maybe 3 months, 2-3 months. And I haven't had that much trouble with it, but I've had some issues. And today we're going to break this thing down. When I received this offer, actually it was 2 offers, same day, I was late back to back. I'm going to tell you exactly why I was late and what I had to do to fix this thing. Just because you get this, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world, because you can actually get this rectified pretty quickly, pretty much instantly. So let's get started. Now, just picture this. On a really nice, I believe it was a Friday, around lunchtime, I was actually heading up to Chipotle because I received an offer for X amount of dollars. It was actually just a little short distance, but I did see something that could slow me down as I was actually heading up to Chipotle. And it was traffic. They are actually blocked off a good portion of this road where it's only just one way. So when I finally got to Chipotle and I had to come on the way back, that's really when this thing started. And there I was, a few minutes late to actually drop this order off. But then I instantly got another offer. It was virtually the same offer because it was like X amount for like less than 2 miles again, but it led me to come right back to that same area. And little did I know, for me to get to the restaurant, I had to go through another gauntlet. So it even magnified the lateness. I think I could have been late at least 15 minutes. I think it was 18 to be exact. So let's go ahead and look at these offers because I was actually on panic mode. But here we go. Here's the Chipotle offer. It said the expected completion time was 12 minutes. My total time difference was +5. I accepted the offer at 11:01. The pickup is where it got me. So I guess I said that a little bit backwards. So I was actually late by 8 minutes because of the traffic of them blocking off the road. But when I got to Chipotle, I was actually get to the customer. I was actually early by 3 minutes. So which that kind of shows you where it says the total time difference of being +5. Then just as I got that other offer, I was late by 16 minutes just because of that story that I said at the beginning where I had to go back around to another gauntlet. And it took twice this long. But we see that expected completion time, 23 minutes. Total time difference was 12. I accepted the offer at 11:20, picked it up at 11:42. Because you see that at 11:26 where it's actually marked out, that's when I should have actually got the order. But late by 16 minutes. Then my delivery time wasn't near as bad because I was actually early by 4 minutes. Because it said deliver to at 11:55. The cross out part is 11:59 because that's how much time they actually kind of gave me, which made the total time difference of +12. But I tell you what, this was frustrating. And just one of those few times I actually had to go through this. And I was already like new being with the overall Dasher rating. I just thought the sky was falling. But all I had to do was calm down, breathe for a moment. We're actually going to go through this dispute process. And went a little bit like this. So let's go ahead and look at this. We have 2 orders back to back are late. So all you simply have to do on that right side, just click one of those little arrows that you're about to get started with, and it takes you to a dispute late rating. Here are a few different options because it actually says what caused the order to be late. You see long wait time at the store, difficulty finding the drop-off location, unexpected traffic or road closure, issues with parking, or other reason. Also, you get here in the description box where you can just put in your own words of what actually happened. So what did I do? I just hit that unexpected traffic or road closure because that's what it was. I still added a description. I just mainly put the main road was blocked, which caused me to go miles out of my way. This also caused a traffic jam on my route to pick up the order, which led me to be late to the pickup the order. So all you do is hit submit, go to the next page, and voila, it was that easy. 30, 45 seconds-ish just to do that dispute. And this is how it reads. We will exclude this offer from your on-time rate. We understand that this order involves factors outside of your control, so we won't count it in your rating. I was like, what? So yes, by this time I was really happy and ecstatic because like I said before, I don't like being late. So what I did, I just went ahead and checked it out and bam, there it was. Excluded for the Chipotle and the Chick-fil-A. Then I was right back to 100%. So this is the process. Do you see this as actually easy, or do you kind of see this as a hard process that DoorDash actually needs to actually tinker a little bit more? Kind of, it's a little bit of a both. Because when you actually look at the process of actually just disputing, simple. But the big thing about this on-time rate is that there is not much of a buffer or a cushion that DoorDash actually gives us to get to the restaurant, get into the car, and get into the customer. Because what I've seen through my experience, I've had like maybe 1-2 minutes to actually get there. Even though there's times where it says, oh, you were actually early. Sometimes I had to adjust my route, but that helps because I actually know my market and know my area. So that's something that you will actually need to know as well. But even if you're brand new, hey, don't sweat it. Just keep on going and keep on going to the next offer, and just stay focused. So don't let it bother you. And if we're late, we're late. Keep on disputing and getting it wiped away. Now, how many of these disputes do we actually get? Well, I'm not actually too sure how many we get. So far, I'm up to 5 in my last rolling 100. But one of the main points I do want to really stress is like, don't speed, don't break the traffic laws just to try to be there on time. Just take this one by one. And here's the next tip that would be actually really good that I've actually noticed other Dashers doing. And that is some people will actually wait for the actual promise time. And you don't actually have to do that. Because what you got to do is as soon as you get this offer, go ahead and go to that restaurant, assert yourself, say you're here for and-so-so's order. Remember, be polite. And a lot of times, sometimes these things are actually already ready before the promise time is. That's always my goal. I want to complete these orders as soon as possible because as soon as I pick that up, as soon as I deliver it, I can go ahead and get another offer so I can get multiple orders in an hour. The more orders I get and complete, the more my hourly rate can be 20, 25, or 25 plus per hour. And we can have a shift that we're really making bank. Also, if you have one of those restaurants where they're just constantly just not good fulfilling these orders timely, you can unassign. You might even get a worry-free unassign from DoorDash. But also you may just see one of these notifications where it says, we've got your back. And DoorDash actually adjusts the time. So far, so good. The time has been adjusted in my favor where even though they may be late on their end, but that has not affected me. But here's the other thing. What if that restaurant actually presses that they're done and they're not? Now that's a problem because I've actually had some restaurants in my area that will actually push that it's done before actually completed. And I get the notification. I'm just like, and I'm watching them. I can visually just see them like right there. But yet most of the time I usually got it within like 15, 20 seconds. But what if it's longer? What are you going to do? I think for me, I'm going to automatically let the employee or possibly even the manager know. I got a notification on my phone said the order was done, but I don't see the order. They may go recheck it, but if there's anything else that seems just a little bit fishy, it may be good to unassign from that order. So be sure and just use your best judgment. And probably one of the biggest thought or tip just to throw at you is not to actually dirty stack.
And when you say, what's dirty stack?
But dirty stacking is just simply is when you have an offer on one app, then you also take another offer from another app at the same time. Now, the best scenario would be like it's going in the same direction. But if it's not going the same direction, that's not good. And you're going to be late, at least for one. Because as I just said earlier, with some of these DoorDash offers, they're not really allowing much time to make hardly any type of adjustment. So just like if I take the wrong turn or the wrong exit, whoo, and Lord knows I've done that. And I really hope that's what DoorDash can actually look at, this kind of, because they have to somehow balance out between from people actually dirty stacking offers and people actually trying to do this right and trying to give some sort of leeway here and a little bit more cushion, at least an extra 2 minutes. Because when I was out just the other day, I was supposed to be there at 11:21. And when I left the restaurant, it quoted me to be there at 11:20. And I actually had to hand this to the customer. You might say, well, that's not too bad. But a lot of times, these customers are not always ready to receive their order. Sometimes I got to put them on that clock. And that clock is sometimes 5 minutes. So what is DoorDash going to do then? If that timer goes off and I can't hand it to them, but I'm going to go ahead and take that picture and mark it as delivered. But then I would think it would automatically exclude. I would hope it would, but will it? Let me know down in the comment box if this has been one of your scenarios. And I hope you found value out of this video. Be sure and like and subscribe and see us in the next video.